James, Villanova, big game. Are you guys pretty excited for this?
I mean, yeah, always excited to play a big game. Yeah, be excited.
LJ, what do you remember about Villanova from last year? And do you see just as good a team?
I remember they were real disciplined. They like to use the shot clock. Um, Scrappy team, so I kind of see that in them again this year. So it'll be a tough game.
What's the value in playing against a team like that this early in the season when you're still trying to build that identity?
You get ready for playing tough games. Obviously, in conference, it's going to be a lot of tough games. Postseason, it's going to be a lot of tough games. So prepare you, and you get to see where your team at, and you leave this game knowing exactly what you need to work on and what you need to get better at, even in the win.
Seeing the number one team lose yesterday, is that on your mind coming into this game that you guys a win would very
No.
likely put you?
Nah, that has nothing to do with us. Honestly, we just focus on Villanova. At the end of the day, that's our top priority.
Aljo, where do you feel like maybe y'all have improved the most from game one to coming into this one?
I feel like our defense has improved. I mean, we've been putting together a lot of stops consistently, so that's where I think we improved the most at.
What do you think makes this team stand apart from other teams?
I think our guards. I think we got some of the best guards in the country, and I think our defense. When you look at the way we play on offense and the way we move the ball, and you put that together with the way we defend, I think that over a course of a game, it just wear teams down and it become tough to deal with.
LJ, I know you guys got finals coming up, but has it been good to take a few days off or just kind of rest up, or have you been able to do that at all?
I mean, I've been able to rest up. I mean, we got a couple of days off. Of course, we got to study and stuff for finals, but try not to let that wear down on us and stuff because we got a big game coming up. So I feel like the rest is good for me.
How excited are you guys to see the fans come into the Farrell Center for a big game like this?
I feel super excited, honestly. I mean, last year we didn't really have fans because of COVID, so this is like my first time playing in front of like an arena like that. So I'm really excited for it.
James, you guys have a lot of weapons. What's that like as a point guard, just knowing you got all these guys?
It's easy. Make my job real easy. All I got to do is come out there and just be myself and everything else fall into place. But when I'm in transition, when I'm in half court, it just make my job real easy.
Well, how about first, Baylor being the only Big 12 school in the same calendar year to win a football, men's and women's basketball championship. That's amazing. So thanks to the fans, administration, and everybody that plays a part in that. As far as Sunday goes, we've been successful because we approach every game the same. And we'll approach this game the same at the same time. Obviously, it's important with the Big 12 Big East Challenge, and whenever you have two top six teams going at it, and we have so much respect for Villanova, and these are those games where. After these kind of games, you find out exactly what you need to improve in and what areas you might be better than you thought you were in. So iron sharpens iron, and we'll get better from this game. I know it should be a great atmosphere, and I know our guys are excited to play in these type of games.
Does it help at all that y'all played them in the tournament last year?
Well, I think it helps both teams because obviously there's things they did well they're going to try to do more of. Things that we did well we'll try to do more of. So playing each other the last 2 years, again, these type of games make us better coaches, better players because if you have a weakness, it gets exposed.
Yeah, what do you see from Villanova?
Unfortunately, a lot of the same guys. so the first thing to being successful is having a lot of experience. So they have a lot of experience and talented players that have returned, and starting with Samuels and Gillespie, and those are guys that when they come back, instantaneously your team is a top 10, team in the nation because guys like that normally are making money at the next level, and it says a lot to the Villanova program that they would want to come back and be a part of it another year.
What are those unique qualities about those experienced teams in this world of college basketball? You had one last year.
Yeah.
In this world of college basketball that seemed at times so freshman and underclassmen dominated.
Well, when you have upperclassmen, first of all, there is no substitute for that experience. Knowing how to motivate each other, how to play with each other. That's communication on offense and defense, and I mean, you have as talented teams. I think USA basketball kind of went through that. Remember when we were having trouble winning the gold medal because we were taking all these all-stars, no practice time, no continuity, rather than putting a team together. And then all of a sudden you get players that are used to representing the U.S. being in the system, and you find a team, and now you're back winning gold medals. So returning players that know the coach's system, that know each other, a huge reason why those teams are successful. And it takes two things. You have to have experience, but you have to have talent. And so when you get talented, experienced players back, makes us coaches look really good.
James said that games like this kind of help you identify very quickly where you need to improve.
Yep.
In terms of just improvement from maybe the beginning of the season to now, what have you seen and what do you maybe hope to see on Sunday?
Well, I think our guys have gotten a lot better communicating on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. I think they're starting to get used to playing with each other and what to expect, and starting to figure out each other's roles. At the same time, when you play games like these and you have packed houses and there's so much at stake, it's also you got to get used to playing under those conditions where sometimes people try to do too much or are not aggressive enough. So again, these games prepare you for Big 12 play, and where each and every night on the road it's a packed house, hostile environment, and usually 1 or 2 possession games. And so this is a great experience for us to get ready for that with Big 12 play right around the corner.
Scott, with as much basketball as y'all got in there early, was it good to have a little bit of break and maybe coach them up a little bit the last couple days?
Well, you know, when you're winning, you want to keep playing. When you're losing, you want a little more practice time. So it has been good from the standpoint. You got finals coming up, and at Baylor, I mean, we're an academic institution, so our guys study and spend a lot of time studying. So it's good to have some time off where they could really focus on that. And both of our schools will be facing the same boat because they're in the same situation we are. So Coach Wright and I probably will have guys out there that'll be doing chemistry problems on the court because I think they start final exams on Saturday as well.
Coach, what do you remember about guys like Colin Gillespie, Jermaine Samuels, Justin Moore when you went up against them?
Unfortunately, a lot of points, rebounds, and assists. Gillespie had 27 against us. Moore and Samuels were very effective against us last year. Again, it's a team where very easily they can win a national championship for a reason. Talented, returning players, so well coached, so disciplined. And you look at it, they had double-digit leads against UCLA and against Purdue under 10 minutes, and so easily they could be undefeated, number 1 ranked team in the country at this time.
Scott, are there certain trademarks of Jay Wright's teams?
Very disciplined on offense, shot fake, jump stop. They do a great job sharing the ball, moving it. They're not going to beat themselves. You got to beat them. Tough, hard-nosed. Again, what you would expect from teams that are successful.
Scott, is it a distraction or opportunity to potentially be number 1 with Purdue getting knocked off?
I think at the end of the day, the team that wins is going to be able to execute and stay disciplined during the course of the game. Going into it, it's an added thing where I'm sure their players and our players feel the same thing. Whoever wins has a chance to be number 1. But the game itself, once it gets going, I mean, whoever executes the best and is most disciplined during that time will be successful. And again, it'll be great for us to find out just what this team needs to get better at, and at the same time where we're stronger than maybe we anticipated.
Coach, it feels like a lot of these kind of marquee non-conference matchups
Yeah.
are starting to move to neutral venues and tournament sites.
Mhm.
How special is it to have a game like this on campus in front of your fans?
Well, it's great for the fans. I mean, to have a non-conference game like this. And it's great for our players because when you get into Big 12 play and you have those rivalries and you have the packed houses, this prepares you for that. So it's great all the way around. I think COVID, the net on how they evaluate has allowed coaches to, one, schedule more highly competitive games, and two, do it and not be penalized because the NCAA and the net rewards this. The media appreciates it. So I think and coaches like playing in these games, players like playing in these games. So I think it's a win across the board.
So, Coach, do you address the extra attention that your team's going to be getting on it in a game like this, or do you just try to approach it like every other?
Well, we approach it like every other, but we definitely do talk about things, and I think each year coaches try to do things that are, if you approach certain games before in a certain way and you're successful, you're going to do the exact same thing. If you've had games in the past where you weren't, you try to change it. So I mean, we're no different. So things that we've done that have been successful, we're going to do. At the same time, things that needed to be changed from the past or past games, we do. So we're always adjusting. But at the end of the day, the players know who wins games like this is who executes and follows the game plan for the 40 minutes or 45 required.
Coach, usually there seems to be a learning curve when it comes to just freshmen getting adjusted
Yeah.
to college basketball. So are you surprised by how quickly Kendall's kind of just almost seamlessly moved into college basketball and had success?
Yeah, Kendall and Jeremy have done a great job, and Dale and James as transfers have done a great job. But I think Kendall and Jeremy, and you would have seen it from Langston. They've come from programs and coaches that have really helped them establish and know who they are as players, what their strengths are. They played in meaningful games, had meaningful practices, so the adjustment curve wasn't as severe. And at the end of the day, at the root of it all, they're great teammates, high character kids that want to get coached, want to get better, want to be great teammates. So they're fun to have a part of the program, and they can have success early on versus people who come in and they have to be taught that.
Coach, Dick Vitale going to be here on Saturday. Saw he was cleared. Is there anything you want to say to him and how exciting it is to have him here?
Yes, we are so excited to have Dick and his wife here in Waco. First time we've had Dick Vitale in Waco. So it's a great honor to have him here. I know our fans will show him a lot of love and appreciation. And at the same time, there's not many people out there that have done more for the fight versus cancer. And he's someone that's meant so much to college basketball and brought exposure to our game. But he's touched the world with the fight for cancer, and we can't thank him enough for making this a better world because of his fight.
Scott, with how it's touched your family, does it mean even more having him here, or just what he's done for that? I guess?
Well, I think every family, I don't know anyone that hadn't known someone that's been affected by cancer, family, friend, relative, whatnot. So, again, he's done so much for college basketball, but even greater than that, bringing awareness and funding and helping with cure and prevention for cancer is amazing.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, the big Dickie V in the house. Thanks for asking that question.